No, well, they say it's on the demolition list, but I think it's low on the demolition list. Now, I may be wrong, they could maybe come down, you know, we would know about it because there would be requests for proposals going out from the state for contractors and things like that. But I think to use the money to take this down at this point, I think they really don't have a lot of money, and they're so busy replacing bridges that people are using for automobiles. They have to do the Gill Turner's Falls Bridge. They're going to do that in the next couple of years.
The select board needs to get beyond the fear that the town has had that this bridge is going to fall down and somebody's going to get hurt and they're going to be liable for millions of dollars. They have to get beyond their fear. I did it as the chair of the Historical Commission, which gave me a stance that I felt was valuable to come as an appointed official of the town government to stand before them, rather than just somebody out there trying to save the bridge. The National Register of Historic Places must come from the commission. It can't be done without it. And so keeping that connection seemed like a very worthwhile sort of thing to do.
We've been doing a lot of investigating. We understand the issue of liability. I do feel that we're studying it really carefully, and I think that we will be prepared we will be able to get that figured out. In order to really make this work, we had to know exactly how it would be used. And we began to think about that, and we realized without question that if it became a walking and biking bridge, it would be such an amazing opportunity for people in Northfield to expand their biking and walking routes. It would also be a wonderful opportunity for people in Vermont and New Hampshire to ride circuits, ride a circuit between Brattleboro, Cheshire County, and through, bicycling. It could be part of the bicycle route, the Franklin County bicycle route. But we also have tremendous trails on the ridges in Northfield on both sides of the river. And to develop those trails and use them and have the bridge be the connector and the sort of focal point, it just seems like such an exciting prospect.
Bicycling and pedestrian issues are foremost right now because it's probably the most common sense way of getting around without getting into a car. Schell Bridge, we're always in support of any movement that is going to take some, first of all, recycling, something that's been there, something of natural beauty, and something that's going to lend to opening up alternative transportation corridors. I know that John rode his bike here yesterday and had to go an alternative route. Had the Schell Bridge been available to him as a commuting cyclist, he could have come across the Schell Bridge and commuted directly to his destination.
A former faculty member at Mount Herman identified some 200 species of birds in less than a 24-hour period. And that is about 100 yards from where we're sitting here now. It's all a part of this great, wonderful community, which goes back more than 300 years.
We'd like to see it available as an emergency route. That's something that we've been told by our state representative, Dennis Geyer, that there is money available for these kinds of emergency routes. Ever since the tragic events of September 11th, I think people have become a lot more aware of the need for different forms of emergency travel. And the Schell Bridge, when renovated for pedestrian and bicycle use only, will have to meet a certain code that we understand would support an emergency vehicle. So that could be very important in our town and in the state.
So there's a great and wonderful history about this bridge. But our vision now is to save it both because it is a beautiful structure, an historic structure, and rare, a gem, but also because of the whole potential for a network here in Northfield along this river, the only town in Massachusetts that is totally divided by a river, but the community doesn't have access really to the river. Our goal is to have parks along the river, to develop the conservation areas that are great potential here. So we see the bridge as the centerpiece of a whole new and exciting way in which Northfield can come alive.
If we develop some of the areas around the bridge, that, especially develop the river access, the trail systems, and all the features that will highlight the bridge, that there will be a great deal more interest on the part of either federal or state government resources. And that the assumption of the liability would be, borne not by the town, but by a government entity, other than the town. We sometimes joke about looking for another Francis Schell, because Francis Schell really was the person who made it possible for this town. And so we've actually done a little bit of research about this, and there are, in fact, investors like this. People who have money, who want to do good works, who want to do things for the environment or for historic preservation. And we don't think it's outside the range of possibility that, this kind of person could come along. Especially if we prepare everything for that possibility.
While the Friends of Schell Bridge work to raise funds to save the bridge, others in town point to different issues that they would like to focus attention on.
It's just a shame that people come into town and there's just so few services for them. And now with our budget and the economy, it doesn't look good. We've had a business here at our home, an antique business now since April of 1983, and we have run it successfully. But there's going to be a day coming soon that we probably won't be in business, so that'll be another business will be closed. And I don't see many antique shops opening in Northfield. When they open, they close. And we have been the longest, I believe, antique business in town. The bakery has opened and closed 3 times in the last year or 2. I just feel that people should put their energies into building up the town because that's going to be a positive for everybody. But I can't see that this bridge is going to do it.